Without further ado, let's start the show. Hey everyone, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits, and we are back with Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo. I started streaming this randomly on Saturday night, and I really dig this game. I mean, I knew I would dig this game because I've always enjoyed this game, but going back and playing it because, well, my Switch died and I needed to find some other stuff to stream, ended up realizing, like, oh man, this game still really good, still enjoy playing it, and we've got some time now to play through the whole thing. So we'll probably do a couple more streams of this. We'll play through it, not trying to 100% it or anything, get all the secrets. I have done that in a previous lifetime. I have completed this game in full, but let's work our way through. We just finished off the ghost last time, and now watch out for Lock 2. So, how you guys doing? It's been an interesting few days. I think we had Jackbox over the weekend, and that was good. Hey, RIP Switch. Thank you, Ian, for the condolences. It's not dead. You've probably seen, Steph and I are still very much playing the Switch. It is the streaming the Switch is a big problem, where anything that's gonna cause the fan to like fire into overdrive, it pretty much bakes in the dock. And it gets really hot in portable mode, but it doesn't overheat. So like we can play Animal Crossing portably and it gets hot to the touch, but it doesn't I don't get the warning. Animal Crossing though, in the dock, like forget about it. I think the one glimmer of hope streaming wise is that I was playing Tetris 99, just playing Tetris 99. Well, I don't have to explain why I'm playing Tetris 99. I was playing it and I noticed that the fan was not firing nearly as hard, which makes a lot of sense because Tetris 99 not that intense of a game. And it got me thinking like, hey, maybe we can stream this? So, TBD on Tetris 99 streams. Those might come back, but at this point in time, that might be the only game we stream for a while. So, the plans of streaming like Animal Crossing and stuff on hold. Still gotta be able to play Animal Crossing so you can fish for eggs all weekend, yes. I did get a chance to play some Bunny Day stuff and grab a lot of eggs, though I am short on sky eggs. I need sky eggs. I've got a lot of the other ones, but sky eggs are the bane of my existence. I got two packages fall out of the sky, and neither of them had eggs in them, just presents. And one of them I ended up giving to Steph because I accidentally ended her save early. I just went upstairs and was like, I'm just gonna play Animal Crossing, and I blew out her file while she was in the middle of an island, so that was unfortunate. I ended up just like, I bought her a gift in the game and wrote an apology note, but this is what you have to do in married life with Animal Crossing. Married with Animal Crossing. Yeah, Ian, how are things with you? There it is. Alright, get these coins. Those red coins too. Sniper. Man, that cry though. Oh no, well that's a sweet way to handle it. Oh yeah. I got her this nice plant. It was the Monstera, I think. I happened to get that, and yeah, I sent her a note and I wrote an apology note and mailed it through the game. But yeah, these are things I need to know or be mindful of going forward. Like, I haven't had to share the Switch with anyone at this point, really, so... Ah! Oh yeah, I guess I gotta do the Baby Mario thing. I'm okay, settling into a routine with working from home. That's good. I wonder, because we're like a couple of weeks now into quarantine. Like, I guess not quarantine, but like stay at home. And I wonder at what point do we just adjust to this and this just becomes the normal. Or if we're so far into our lives as free folk that all of a sudden living indoors for weeks or months at a time just becomes, like, if we can adjust or not. Oh, come on. Get there. Okay, we still got most of the coins. I forgot about him, like, floating like that. Okay. That's still a pretty good run. Ian says, we're also getting used to sharing. Destiny has almost never wanted to play the Switch, so I'm now adjusting to her being in... Oh, has almost never wanted to play the Switch, now adjusting to her being interested. Yep. I hear you on that. Yeah, Steph had zero interest in the Switch, and now she's interested to the point of, like, possibly buying her own Switch so she can play Animal Crossing all the time. Of course, there's no Switches to be had anywhere, so that's definitely a challenge. I've been doing some soul searching the last few days as well, in light of my Switch fan conking out and the system overheating, and like, what am I gonna do? And where I netted out is, like, my options are buy another Switch, which could take weeks or months, and because they're all sold out everywhere, it's the most expensive solution as well. And also the factor that a Nintendo Switch Pro could be coming at some point in the future, and for me to spend all that money on a console when I plan on buying the Switch Pro at some point doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, even if, especially right now where the Switch I have still works, technically. Like, I don't necessarily need it for streaming, though I'd really like it for streaming. Option 2, send it to Nintendo to get fixed. Problem with that, of course, the Nintendo repair centers have been shut down for... Oh man, give me my baby back. They've been shut down for quite some time, probably gonna be shut down for the foreseeable future. And when they do come back online, there's probably going to be a massive backlog of consoles to be fixed. So it's gonna be even more months. Or... Amshock asks, what about setting up some kind of cooling, like a large fan or something? That is an idea I've considered as well. Also, welcome back, Amshock. Alex, I hope everything is okay. A fan potentially could work. I guess the challenge is where it's getting the hottest is inside the dock, and so it would have to somehow point, like, directly in the dock. I guess it could point on top too. The other challenge there is noise, where the fan is probably loud enough that it would get picked up by the microphone, and that would be a problem. And also, like, the shelf on my desk, you can't really see it. Let's see if I can switch to, yeah, the shelves on the side of the desk, the switch is on this side here, and the shelf is only, like, that wide. I don't really have a spot to clip a fan onto, so there's some logistical challenges there. Not impossible. Ian says BRB, okay, no worries. Or this other option, which I've ultimately decided to do, is we're gonna attempt to fix it. At some point, I'm going to perform surgery on my Switch, and hopefully it goes well. I bought the parts, though they're probably not coming anytime soon. They are... Oh geez, I want to go back up there. Okay. Okay, good thinking. Thank you. We're gonna buy the parts. Well, I bought the parts. I got a new fan. The one with the most reviews, not necessarily the best reviews. The one, they're all sketchy, not gonna lie. All of the fans on Amazon are sketchy AF. And I went with the one with the most reviews. That some people did complain about certain things, like it being really loud, but I also know, having watched some guides, that there's a part that you have to take from the old fan and put on the new fan. Oh, here we go. And you have to do that yourself. And I wonder if some of the people who gave it poor scores didn't do that specific step. So I bought the fan, I bought some thermal paste. I've read that it could be a thermal paste issue as well. I have no idea how to use thermal paste or what that is, but I bought some. Then I also got... I bought a screwdriver set, the Tri-Wing set. There's a specific type of screwdriver that a lot of Nintendo consoles use to hold their stuff together, and so I bought that as well. And hoping for the best, though the problem is the parts are shipping from overseas, and of course mail... I mean, mail is still going right now, but I don't know what it's like mailing stuff internationally at the moment, and I'm gonna assume that it's not gonna show up on time, and like the times they were giving me are like a month from now, so I'm not gonna have all the parts for this fix until late April at the earliest. Amshock says, I re-synced my CPU on my desktop with new thermal paste. Okay. What does that even mean? I don't even know. My experience with computer building is I swapped out my graphics card, I swapped out the power supply, and I think... Oh, and I put in a new SSD. I put in a new hard drive. And that didn't require any sort of liquids or pastes or any of that type of stuff. How do I get this thing? There's probably something back here. Nope. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. Yeah, buddy. Nope, that didn't work. Alright. Got that chocolate Yoshi. It sounds and looks scarier than it is, but thermal paste is old school. So just try to have fun. I don't know what that even means. But okay. We'll see how that goes. I will report. I'll take lots of pictures. I'll write a blog post about it. I don't think I'm going to stream me fixing the Switch. I don't need you guys to see my heart shatter in real time if I break it. I have a feeling that was supposed to come down. Oh. I probably needed that too. Chocolate Yoshi should be a Bunny Day candy in Animal Crossing. Oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Okay. Got it. Got it. And welcome back, Ian. Yeah, we were just talking about fixing or the options for the Switch, and I was just telling Alex that we're buying the parts. I bought a new fan, I bought new thermal paste, and I bought a Tri-Wing screwdriver set. Probably not going to get the pieces for at least a month, but we're going to try it. I'll take lots of pictures, I'll write a blog post, a step-by-step blog post on all the steps I took, lessons learned, partially to help anybody else who might happen to be in this predicament, and also because guides like this usually do really good traffic on my site. So yeah, we'll write that out. And I was saying I'm not gonna stream it because I don't want you guys to see me break my heart in real time as I destroy my Switch, if it goes bad. If it does go bad, that would make for a great highlight that would probably get streamed on like live stream fail and maybe make me go viral. I don't know if I want that kind of attention. Oh. Ian says guides are the bomb when it comes to SEO. Yes, they are. A lot. Yeah, my best content is guides. Fighting game guides, board game guides. One of my top posts still is like the 8 places to start reading X-Men. The weirdest post. I think it might... I'm not sure if it's my most popular post anymore. But one of my most popular posts of all time was a post where I wrote a review for my car. I bought a car. I was excited about it. I wrote a post about it. And it ended up blowing up in SEO. I think just because the car I had bought, it was the... At the time, the newly redesigned Hyundai Elantra. And I got tons of views. My most successful year was the year that post came out. And... like, every year after that, like, my traffic was, like, slow, and then massive. And, like, everything else I've done since, like, 2012 has been, like, not even close to that. So it is weird feeling like, oh, man, my best work was, like, almost a decade ago, and it was because of this one post that happened to catch SEO fire, which had nothing to do with what I actually do here on In Third Person, but... it did help me put things into perspective of like how much I value the numbers, because I think there's only so much. Well, I guess there is stuff you can do, like you can write stuff to quote unquote game the system and get more hits that way. And at a certain point, yeah, that works and that gets you more numbers. Hey, shout outs to Ambigate. Hey, thank you, Athena, for the follow. I hope you're doing well. I see you're making progress on your fundraising efforts. I saw your tweet about the hospital not wanting to do Tiltify at this point. That's unfortunate, but there are other ways to go about it. And shout outs to you for really trying to get out there and help your community in that way. So yeah, let me know whichever way you decide to go with the fundraising, and I'll help out however I can. Oh yes, SEO. Yeah, you can write these posts, and I think it's a great combination when you write something that you really want to write, and it also does really well. But that doesn't always happen. And Ian says, yeah, honestly, it seems like such a fluke when posts get huge attention and which ones don't. Like, you might as well write what you want because you'll eventually write a weirdly popular post totally on accident. I hear you. One of my Tetris 99 posts is starting to gain momentum. Like, I wrote it like 5-6 months ago, and now it's starting to become one of my most popular posts, and I have no idea why. Like, it was a timely post of explaining some of the new features at the time, like team battle and stuff, and now it's picking up. I have no idea why. Uh-oh. Okay, can we... If I time this jump just right... There it is! Oh, okay, it's just the one-up. Some of my other popular posts, things that have done well. The Snorlax beanbag chair is a big one. That actually worked. That one does the written review and the video review with Steph in it and Arcondo. Like, unboxing the Snorlax has done, like, really well for me for some reason. I don't know, people, I guess there's a lot of curiosity about the Snorlax beanbag chair and if it's worth buying, and like obviously it's worth buying, but I get it. It's hundreds of dollars and a pretty frivolous purchase in the grand scheme of things. We need get that star. I will pull up. I'll pull up some stats. I'm not gonna show the numbers. I'll talk about them. I don't feel comfortable talking about the numbers, but more like what are the popular posts and what they mean, and I think there is value in writing for SEO and trying to get your posts seen the best that they can be seen. I've been trying to get a little more SEO friendly with the titles of my posts, and maybe it's not the most artistic way to title a particular post, but if that's the way that more people see it, then I'm willing to I'm willing to concede on that front. Also, I'm not entirely sure what I was supposed to do here. Oh, get back here, baby. Ah. All right. Ah. Some other big ones. The one time I guess I really cashed in on a post was, and this is in recent memory, was my first impressions of Apex Legends. And I was excited to write about that game because it's Respawn Entertainment who made Titanfall and Titanfall 2, and I love those games. And on day one, they surprised everyone with the release of Apex. I played a couple of matches of that, wrote about it, and that post blew up, mostly because Apex was super hot in the spring of last year. And it like, in retrospect, it wasn't that great of a post. Like, I'd played 3 matches of it, but because the game was so hot, like, it just generated a ton of traffic for me. Okay, also, I'm missing something here. And Ian says, is this even legal? You won't believe this Tetris 99 play. Yeah. I think I saved some of the crazier stuff, those types of headlines, for YouTubes and streams and... But yes, I have started to lean into more of those types of headlines. Also, what am I doing wrong? What did I mess up? Do I have to go back this way? Maybe. Yeah, I think the idea with the headlines that someone told me, at least for YouTube videos, because when people are just like, here's Tetris 99 live stream 4, like that. Yeah, that's what it is, but it doesn't make it that interesting of a headline. And doesn't make it that inspiring to watch. And AmbiGamer says, so I made an error with the chat rooms. Uh-oh. What kind of error did you mean? Also AmbiGamer, welcome to the chat. How are you doing today? But thank you for all the things you said about the fundraiser. Yeah, you're welcome, and I wish you all the best. I think it is awesome what you're doing, and I know there's a lot of question marks on the best way to do it, or the feasible way to do it, but I think it's amazing that you are stepping up to the plate the way you are, and I wish you all the best in your fundraising efforts. And Ian says, hey Athena, hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm doing alright. I think my chats got eaten by the internet. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have not. That was the so I made the error is the first message I've seen of yours. But welcome. Feel free to send all the other chats back. Coming together in its own way. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I will stay tuned and continue to follow you on Twitter and share your tweets and any sort of promo stuff, let me know. Otherwise, Athena, how are you doing? How's life? I know that in these days, that is a loaded question, but nevertheless, how are things? Dun, 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 dun. You're doing okay, working from home, which is exciting. Okay. Exciting. I'm glad that you get to work from home. I feel thankful that I get to work from home because I would be horrified. Like, I used to work, Ian says the working from home life is definitely an adjustment for many of us. Yeah. It's definitely different. Like, I liked having I mean, I think my big challenge at work, like, I spent so much money on lunch. Because I work in the downtown core, and we didn't make lunch a lot, and I'm saving a lot of money that way, and I'm saving a lot of money not going on the train. But I do miss being in the city and seeing my coworkers, and certain aspects of my job are harder remotely, but a lot of what I could do, a lot of my work I was technically doing remotely anyway. I work for a company, without going into too much detail, I work for a company that's primarily based in the US, so most of my contacts, the people I work with, are in the States anyway. So it hasn't been too much of an adjustment other than, like, I guess the coordinating with my wife, because we both work, she's also working from home, and, like, I've got to take over the basement, she's upstairs. The internet is such that I have to bring a router from the basement upstairs every day, and I hook it up, and then to stream I have to bring it all the way back down. It's minor stuff, but stuff to consider nonetheless. Hey, Drago! Welcome back. Man, prayers up, man. I hope everything is okay with you. I know you had a lot going on before the world went crazy. But I hope you're okay. Let me know. Unrelated, that Yoshi cart was adorable. Item chance. Alright. You're gonna help me out here. Let's call this 1, 2, 3, 4. So top row left to right, 1, 2, 3. Bottom row left to right, 4, 5, 6. Pick one. And I'm gonna go with, let's see what you guys have to say here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Athena says 4. Okay. Let's go with, wait, I'm gonna give it like a couple more seconds to see if anyone else is putting serious thought into this. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're going with 4. Ah! That's alright. We'll get him next time. And Drago says, yeah, still healing, but I can walk better now, and even with the health issues, recorded some music. Awesome. I hope it helps, like, being creative in these times. I know that it can be hard to be creative in a time like this, just with so many other distractions. I don't want to use that term lightly, but, like, with other things going on in the world, it's really hard to think about anything other than that thing. But also, it can be really therapeutic to dive more into that thing, and maybe it helps you think about challenges in different ways, and brings out a new side of you. And I know with the blog, I was thinking, like, a lot of these posts don't make sense. Like, it's not in the voice of the world right now. And I pulled a bunch of stuff down, but I have written some other stuff. There's some more video stuff on there. The streaming has been great. I think that being able to chat with you guys has been so important to my mental health, and being able to see that you guys are okay and hear your stories of life, whether they're good or bad, and just being here for one another has meant a lot to me. So the stream's carried on, and I think it's really important for me to keep going. And Ambi Gamer says, yeah, it's important to have an outlet to express. I'm glad you are able to do that. Yeah, thank you. It's still kind of weird. Like, I've been writing a little more about just like life stuff. I think one of the posts coming up this week, is it this week or next week, of going to Toronto, and I take some pictures of the downtown core where it's just like a ghost town. I have a post coming up later this week, just some like super big picture thoughts about life, which I normally wouldn't write about, but I thought it was really important for me to get off my chest. And then I wrote a post today, it's going up at some point, about this hair situation. This is ridiculous. I was due for a haircut just before this whole thing went down, and I'm torn between just letting it grow out and having Steph like shave my head. And like I don't need it to be a fancy haircut. Also, considering the times that we're in, like, why am I even thinking about haircuts? But like, I'm also still on video conferences. I'm still on streams. I want to do YouTube video stuff. I just don't want to do it this. Even if it was just shaved, I think I would be okay with that. But I don't know. It's weird how in the grand scheme of things, that's like the least of anyone's concerns. It's better that we be alive than not over anything, but nevertheless, it's something I think about. Ian says, so many guys I know need a haircut right before this happened are now trying to figure the problem out. Yeah, it's funny. Steph and I have been talking about this for a couple of days, if she would be comfortable enough to cut my hair. And we actually saw a Jenna Marbles video today of her cutting Julian's hair, because he's in the exact, her boyfriend situation. He's in the same thing. He needed to get his hair cut, and she cut his hair for him. And she'd never cut hair before. And yeah, it's something to consider. Jenna Marbles OMG. Yeah, she did it. It was a really sweet video. I know her videos tend to be a little sillier, but this one was really sweet. And Drago says, how are you all doing? Hanging in there. Yeah, I'm doing okay. There's some stuff. Oh, jeez. There's some stuff I would like to talk about that I really should not talk about. And don't worry, I'm healthy. I'm okay. But I just hope that you're all, based on recent life experiences, I hope everybody is okay and taking this seriously, because it is no joke. What can I be less ambiguous about? Yeah, for the last few weeks, I've been working from home. Steph and I have spent very little time outside, just like groceries. I haven't seen my family in many weeks now. Like, it had already been a couple of weeks since I'd seen, like, my mom, dad, and Randy. And it's probably gonna be a little while longer. The one trip I made where we went, like, out, and it was a super quick, I know it's technically against, like, social distance, sort of against social distancing. I went to Kai's house, my cousin's son, who, I showed on stream a couple, like, 2 weeks ago, where he's 3 years old. He started really getting into video games. His parents just got a Switch, and, okay, I'll tell the story here after this level. I will illustrate with some games I have here. And Ian says, I got very lucky in that respect. We literally had just visited family before the state had its first case, and things started locking down. That's awesome. I don't remember the last time I saw my parents. Or the last... I probably saw Randy before I saw my parents. Like, It might have been the Street Fighter. No, I must have seen Randy after the Street Fighter stream. But it's been a while. With Steph's family, we saw them on like 3 Saturdays ago, and we actually did a video. We had a Zoom I know this is like the thing now. We had a Zoom conference with them over the weekend where I made some pizza and some people were eating dinner on the call, but it was good to see everybody again and hear their stories and make sure everybody's okay and chat like we used to do. Choo choo. Oh, darn. Okay, go train, go. How do I go up? There we go. Yeah, buddy. All right. Hey, PJ, Cairo is in the chat. Hi, Kai. I was just about to tell them the story about how I dropped off the games. And that was like the one time I've been outside during this whole social isolation thing. OMG, Yoshi Train. Yep. Also, allow that. Sorry about that. Why is Yoshi Train not allowed? Bad bot. Bad. Well, there you go. Yoshi Train is officially a permitted term. Does that mean we need a Yoshi Train emote? PJ says, my mom can teach Steph how to cut your hair. Okay. Yes. That's so random. In third. Oh, Ian! You need the exclamation point. There it is. There it is. Whoever's got those emotes, feel free to throw them in the chat. I love seeing them. Been a long time since I messed that up. Yeah, you had it down. Mom as an AI, yeah. Yeah, I was actually considering just getting Steph to like shave my head. It's been a long. It was Aya the last time who did it. Considering doing that just as like an easy thing to get this hair off my head. Also, I'm missing a key and I don't know. There it is. Drago's got the emote. Awesome. And oh, also, Jenny, how are you doing this evening? I hope everything is well. We're talking about social distancing and how we've been spending our time in isolation. And I guess I was about to share a story about the one time I did go out and talk about this game exchange I made. Also, I have to find the key. This is uh-oh, they're dropping bombs. Also, PJ, how is Kai liking the games? I lent, for everyone else in the chat, I lent Kai, who's 3 years old, I lent him Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, it was Super Mario Odyssey, Yoshi's Crafted World, and Breath of the Wild. He's probably a little too young to play Breath of the Wild, but, Yoshi definitely, and I know I watched him on FaceTime playing Yoshi, and that's awesome. PJ, he's loving Super Mario and Yoshi. Awesome. I'm glad you like it, Kai. Uh-oh. Oh. And Jenny says the nostalgia from this game is bringing me tears, but good. Yes, this is such a good game. I have such fond memories of this game. Around this time, I was starting to become like, I'd played video games before the Super Nintendo, but the Super Nintendo was where I became like a gaming enthusiast. I don't like to use the term gamer, but gaming enthusiast, where I started to get really into games and I was reading video game magazines, and at the time, this was one of the big games they were hyping up, and it looked so good. I love the crayon art style, and then that Christmas, my brother and I got Yoshi's Island from Santa, and he got Donkey Kong Country 2. which was like an insane 1-2 punch of games. And yeah, Yoshi, like this, I still think this is the best Yoshi game. And one of the best 2D platformers ever, and Donkey Kong Country 2, the best Donkey... Quite possibly the best Donkey Kong game, and also, like, one of the best platformers out there. So, definitely a lot of nostalgia for that. And it's cool, Kai is 3, and he just started getting into video games, and for him to be starting with Super Mario Odyssey and Yoshi's Crafted World, like, those are awesome games to start with, too. There it is. No! I ran out of eggs. I can't reach it. Okay, there we go. We got it. We're good. We're good. This level's really long, by the way. I really wanted to tell this story. Ooh, I should probably get some eggs first. Aw, Yoshi, don't touch your face. Uh-oh. Alright, for everyone in the chat, what is, like, your first memory of video games? Very first one. Not necessarily when you fell in love with games, but just, like, the first thing you remember about video games. And like, for me, I think it's... It's between two things, and I cannot remember which came first. My gut says it was playing playing the NES at my cousin John and Jeff's place when I was, like, a toddler. That's one of the first ones I remember, and it was, like, Super Mario 1, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And they also had The Legend of Zelda, which I remember playing. I didn't understand it at the time, but I knew enough that I could walk around and hit things with a sword, and that was it. I remember Punch-Out a lot, but I've been debating over the years, like, is that actually the first thing? Yeah, the red coin sound, it's so awesome. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, man, all the way back to the bottom. Darn. I think technically the first thing I remember, I think, is the Atari. At some point, I think my cousins who had the NES gave me an Atari 2600, gave me their hand-me-down Atari, because, like, who wanted an Atari in the mid-80s? And I remember playing... I remember there was, like, a casino game, and I didn't understand casino rules at the time, but I vividly remember playing, like, Defender on there. So that was like a 2D side-scrolling space shooter, sort of like... Oh, man. I can't even use modern terms. There's no games like that. Uh-oh. Where'd the baby go? Where'd the baby go? Okay, there we go. Oh, give me that key. Yeah, okay, lots of memories here. Athena says, playing Super Mario Bros. On the NES with my brother, or Duck Hunt with the super cool light gun. Awesome. PJ says, for me, my older brother and the Sega Master System, and he had the guns for Duck Hunt. See, I've never... The Sega Master System was the one that came before the Genesis, right? I don't know anybody that owned a Master System. At the time, the Genesis I knew. Lots of people I knew had it. Oh, I guess I have the thing. Yeah, it did. Yeah, you don't miss the crying. I don't miss. That's still one of the most annoying sounds, the crying baby Mario. And we had an Atari, but I think we got rid of it when my brother got the NES. I don't blame you, and it doesn't seem like a bad move. I have, since in my older age, I've started collecting Atari stuff, but, like, no one really cares for the Atari. So I don't think you're missing out. Drago says, I was 4, my 2 brothers took me to the arcade, and I started playing Street Fighter 2. Oh man, that is a good one. I vividly remember exactly where I was when I first saw Street Fighter 2. Uh-oh, boss time. Alright, before this, I will tell this story. I was, switching over here, I was at this mall called the Woodbine Center here in the Greater Toronto area. At one point, it was the coolest mall in the world because it had an amusement park inside the mall, but it's really sketchy now and sad. They're in the middle of revitalizing it. It's across the street from a racetrack. They're going to build condos in the area, make the mall a lot bigger. Right now, it's really sad. The park is still there, and the park is great, but it's really sketchy right now. And I remember it was the Fantasy Fair arcade, and we were there, and there was this game, and it was just two people beating each other up, and I'd never seen anything like it. And I was like, oh my god, this looks so cool. I need to play this. And I threw in my quarters. It was 50 cents at the time. And I watched the demo screen for a bit to see who I'd want to pick before I put the money in. And I was like, I'm going to pick Dhalsim because the guy with the stretchy arms must win every single time, right? No. Destroyed. I had no idea what I was doing. I got killed by the computer immediately. But that was the start of like my lifetime affair with Street Fighter. Social distance cam, yes. Back in time, just for social distance cam. Yes, Jed is very good at naming things. All right, back to the game. I'm trying to think, what would a Kamek sound like? Yoshi dear, that baby is going to cause disaster to befall the Kubas. So give him here before you accidentally get hurt. Or something like that. I don't remember what I was... Oh, jeez. Oh, he just pushed me right off the platform. Oh, no. Okay, let's try that again. You should look at the voice acting. Maybe. Maybe. And Jenny, I hear you are a big fan of Amiibo, and you have like all of them. All right, what was the trick? I have a couple of Amiibos too. Definitely not anything close to a full collection here. But I have enjoyed them in the past. Uh-oh. I don't remember what to do here. What was I... Is it a ground pound? Is it a... Jenny says yes, all the Amiibos. I have a couple. I don't know if you noticed in the room, like right up here, we've got a Tom Nook and a KK Slider. The villagers upstairs I used for a photo shoot. But I did have some Animal Crossing ones specifically for this month. All right, what did the game want me to do? Nice. And Amshock says, I remember Qbert on the Intellivision. Wow, that is a deep cut. That is a deep cut. Alright, does anyone have any ideas on how to take this thing out? It's probably not that hard once I figure out the trick. Maybe I have to hit the flowers at the top? Or just shoot him in the face? Uh-oh. Whatever it was, probably not that. Ground pound the flower pot. That is a good suggestion. Let's try that. I remember pushing the pot boss off the ledge. That's all the memory. It might be as simple as that. I can't believe I did not think of that. Okay. Because they literally just teach you in that segment before, push the pot. Okay, let's try this again. Yes, just push the pot. Oh, look at the Shy Guys pushing back. Go, 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 go. Uh-oh. So, Amshock, tell me more about this Intellivision. How did you get an Intellivision? I'm trying to... There it is. Let's get out of here. Dun, 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 dun. I think I got a pretty bad score on that. That's okay. Oh, if we just stayed healthy, we would have got a hundo on that. All right. Ian says, I almost made an illegal substance joke based on the fact push the pot, but I remembered a child is present. Yes, we are pushing the pot. It might be the name of the video. PG, sir, PG. Is family friendly adjacent is what we're going for here. All right. Oh, we're getting a cutscene here. The plot thicket. Oh, look at Yoshi go! That little pixel at the bottom. He's going into the house. Oh. Boom! Wow. That destruction, like an episode of Rugrats. Yes. So there were a couple things before we start World 3. I was telling the story about how I dropped off the games to Kai's house. So we drove over to the house, and their doors closed, windows closed, and they'd left a bag for me. A had made some soup for me in a trade, and they have this like front porch, and there was a table, and they just left the soup on the table. And when I went up to the door, they like cracked the window up just a little bit, and were like, "Hey, just put the stuff on the table, and then you take the thing." And it was kind of like it was definitely a kind of a sketchy looking deal. And where I put the games, I had the games in a Ziploc bag, and I put them on the table, and then I grabbed the bag of soup, and then just kind of like stepped back and waved and went on my way. And Ian says, oh, hold on, let me catch up. Jenny says, is it legal in Canada though? Just saying. Not sure if that meant the dropping off the games, because I think at this point it kind of isn't. We were farther away, and that's probably the last like social trip I make for the foreseeable future. Amshock says, my grandparents bought it for my parents. Each game came with some plastic control cards that slide into the remote, which looks like a TV remote control. Awesome. I don't know. I've seen Intellivisions like at conventions and stuff. I haven't actually played with one. Ian says, oh, I learned something about Canada. And Drago says, the Mortal Kombat 11 April Fools Time Tower is super troll. I have not played the Time Tower. I haven't played I don't have MK11 anymore. I traded it, but I think it's awesome that they put that kind of stuff in there. And Jenny says, oh, and Ian, this is Solareo in case Amiibo addiction didn't totally give me away. I actually have games here for show and tell. Like, I brought a stack of stuff I figured we would be talking about, like all the Mario rumor stuff, and we can get to that a little later. I'm trying to remember some of the old games that were mentioned here, though. I know there was a mention of like Street Fighter, Super Mario. I saw the gun. Hold on. Give me a sec. Oh, geez. I've been sitting on my right foot this whole time, and I cannot put weight on it right now. Hold on. I'm gonna roll over to the shelf. Go get some games. Alright. What were we talking? Super Mario 1. How have we not talked about okay. That. Hold on, I gotta like take a couple things back. Alright, we're good. Here we go. I grabbed an assortment of old things. I hate the no-foot feeling. Man. Heart's going numb. Alright, so I have a handful of stuff for this edition of Show and Tell based on people's, like, first recollections of things. Excuse me. I can't believe we haven't talked about this game on Show and Tell yet. Like, one of the most iconic video game combo packs of all time. The Super Mario 1 Duck Hunt. If you are a child of the 80s, you've played this thing. You played the heck out of this thing, and it had Mario and Duck Hunt on it. And you might have had a gray version of this. I currently have an orange version of the Nintendo Zapper. One of the last times they made something that straight up looked like a gun. But yeah, that sound though, man, that ping when you pulled that trigger and you held it right up to the TV so you could shoot the dogs. Like everybody. Whoa, Jenny subscribed to tier. Thank you. Let me hit the air horn for you here. Time Crisis on the PS2. I also had a gun, I think. Oh man, Time Crisis was awesome in the arcade. Hitting the pedal to hide behind the thing. Every time I see Time Crisis at the arcade, I gotta play it. Of course, I don't like go to the arcade much anymore, but no problem, you rock. Oh, thank you, Jenny. That's awesome. Let me throw. Hold on. I need to show. Where's the emote for that? Yeah, the heart emote. There it is. There we go. Heart emote for Jenny on this one. LOL, the pink sound. Yeah, this was, man, that sound, heard that so many times. And yeah, I always wanted to shoot the dog, and you never could. I also have a Nintendo controller tangled here. How I got the NES that I currently, yes, Pew Pew. Shout outs to Pew Pew Pete. Just the my cousin bought it from another cousin, and I got it for 20 bucks. So it was, yeah, this with the NES, 2 controllers, and the gun, 20 bucks, which is a steal in hindsight. Jenna, how's it going? We're doing some like old school show and tell. I've got the NES Zapper. I accidentally grabbed a controller too. Let me put all this stuff down. How you doing? For me, it's the Atari. And these, I didn't grow up with these games, but there's some crown jewels in my Atari collection. Did you guys know Nintendo made Atari games? There it is. I'll give you guys a good look. This is Mario Bros. On the Atari 2600. And this is not like Super Mario 1, where you're going to say Princess Peach. This is the single screen Mario game, where it's Mario and Luigi going through the pipes and hitting. I know it sounds like regular Mario. It's like one stage. It's basically that, and it's not a great version of it, but it's weird that it's on a Atari system. You had no idea. I also have Donkey Kong. Here, let me grab that real quick. Like, at some point in my video game history, I had no idea that Nintendo, or I had lost track of the fact that Nintendo made non-games for other platforms. So yeah, there's Mario Bros. And here's Donkey Kong. And yeah, this was made by Coleco, of all companies as well. That's so cool. Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, I don't think they're actually worth all that much, but it's like cool collector's items. Some of the oldest Mario games that like just not even on a Nintendo platform. Probably the crown jewel of my Atari collection is when I saw this at the store, it was I had to get it. I didn't even have an Atari at the time, but they had two. I was with my friend Wendy. They had 2 Atari 2600s. I bought one, she bought one as a gift, and we split the games that they had, but one of the games I had to get for myself. Do I have to explain anymore? Considered the worst video game of all time. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And like I've played this. I would love to stream this at some point. I'd probably have to use an emulator. I can't hook up E.T. to what I have right now. But oh my goodness, this is a horrible game. One of the worst game, quite possibly the worst game I've ever played. Jenna says buried in the desert. Yes, there are 1 million copies buried in the desert, but I happen to have one here. This is not a desert copy. I got this from the store. And Jenny says, I played it for 50 seconds before I had to stop. Yes, it's a nightmare of a game. Do not play it. Well, play it once for like less than a minute and then just stop. It's not worth going anywhere beyond that. And Athena says, I watched the Let's Play and it was amazing. Awesome. And one more, just because we're talking old school, and for Jenny, we're talking amiibos. We've got the Super Mario 30th anniversary, the 8-bit amiibo rendered in 3D. This is one of my favorite amiibos, and I remember where I was when I bought this. I was in the States when I bought this. It was my cousin Jeff's wedding. They got married in Buffalo, and on the way back across the border, my wife and I took a stop at Target, and they had this amiibo, so I had to get it. And it's one of my favorites. Seeing 2D Mario rendered out like this is so cool. And it's weird, we're now at the 35th anniversary, and supposedly a whole bunch of stuff is happening! PJ says, I sent you a video of my brother's old school system setup. Awesome. I will have to look at that. And and Jenny says, great story behind it. I waited in line at Walmart to get mine. I don't know if I've stood in line at a Walmart for an amiibo. I know I have woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning on a weeknight to try and get to the Walmart website and just hit refresh on my phone over and over to try and get them. Most of the time it didn't work. Sometimes it did. I know Steph has gotten me, I think the Rosalina she ordered from like Mexico, and my Ike I ordered from Europe. Like the amiibo addiction was very real for a time. All right, let's go play some more Yoshi's Island here. Welcome to Monkey World. All right, let's go get these monkeys. Welcome to Westworld. You understand, yeah, that the amiibo grind was very real. Ian says, I meant if you're going to have a Fire Emblem amiibo, it's got to be Ike. Yes, absolutely. I had a rule originally that said I don't want to go too far into the amiibo game. I just want like one of each franchise, if you will. And I was like, okay, I got a Mario, great, I'm done. And then they put out like, I don't remember what order it was in, but then they put out the Gold Mario, and of course you have to get the Gold Mario, right? And then I got the Gold Mario, and then they put out the 8-bit Mario, and you have to get that one too. And then they put out Dr. Mario, and I was like, I already got 3 other Marios, I might as well get Dr. Mario too. That's exactly how it started. Yeah, and I was like, I just need one Fire Emblem one, and it's Ike, and I got Ike, and then they put out Lucina. I'm like, oh, I love that game. I'll get a Lucina too, and then like at some point they re-released Marth. Marth was one of the hardest ones to get at launch, and then they started reprinting them, and then Marth was available, and I was like, well, this is a hard to find amiibo, and here it is in front of me. I have to get this too, right? It's such a slippery slope. Games Rev, hola. How are you doing? I hope everything is okay. Where you are. Hope you and your boyfriend, husband at this point. Did you guys get married? I don't remember where things netted out there, but I hope you are both happy and healthy, all things considered. Also, yeah, lots of monkeys. I totally forgot about these monkeys. Love Lucina and Crop. Yep, see, this is what happens. Did anybody else here get into amiibo at all, or no? And if you did or did not, like, what's your story? I remember for me, I wasn't that interested in them, to be honest. It was around the Smash launch, and the first amiibo I bought was kind of a joke. We got it for my brother Randy, and we bought him a Wii Fit Trainer, a launch Wii Fit Trainer amiibo as a gift. And then they started to sell out like all of the amiibos. Wii Fit Trainer was one of the rarest ones at the time. And we went to the store and they had a Zelda amiibo, and I was like, this looks really nice. I'll take one of these. And then it was kind of weird of like, yeah, I have this one Zelda amiibo. This kind of looks weird all by itself. And around the time that Pit launched, that was one of the rarer ones too. And I stumbled into a store and they had it. Also, all these monkeys. Oh no. And so I bought the Pit too, and now I have 2 amiibos. And at a certain point, Sheik came out, and oh, Sheik, Zelda, the duality of that character, like I need the Sheik too, and then it kind of went from there. Uh-oh. And it went for like a year or so, and I cooled off. But like at the same time, like I've bought 3 amiibos in 2020. I got the Link 8-bit one. Oh man, these monkeys. I got the Link. I got Dark Samus, and I got the Link's Awakening Link as well. Yeah, I bought 2. I have like 3 links. I don't have like default Link. I have all the like offshoot links. Ambi Gamer says, nope, I liked the Wolf Link Midna one, and that's the only one I really wanted enough to purchase. Okay, that's good. You got out while you still could. Ian says, monkeys are annoying in every video game. Athena says they really are. They are like the holy trinity of rarity in the first wave: Marth, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer. I have all the links. Wahahaha. Yeah, from what I hear, you have all of them, period. Yeah, Marth, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer. I still don't have a Wii Fit Trainer. After all this time, I've gotten dozens of amiibo, and technically the Wii Fit Trainer is the first one I ever bought. And I never... Oh man, I'm so not gonna remember these. I'm so not. I know these 2 are right beside each other, and you can't see what I'm pointing at right now. I know this one and this one are a match. And I know this one and this one are a match. I could ask you guys for help, but I know with the delay, this is gonna be really long. Like, if I hit this, that blue, green S, and like, how are you gonna describe, like, top row? I'm just gonna shoot. Shooter's gonna shoot. Nope. Other end. Okay. Other end. Is it this? No. I'm just going for it, guys. YOLO. No. If we were... Sorry, I'm gonna go on my Mixer soapbox here for a sec. If we were on Mixer, it would be a lot easier to do this type of interaction. But because we are not, there's a delay, and we can't talk in real time, which makes interactions like that kind of clunky. Okay, haha, sorry. No worries. Bottom row. It's okay. It's okay, Athena. Nothing good ever came after the letters YOLO. Man. I want to make a Spring Break 2020 reference, but anyway. It's too real right now. I have to peace out for the night and do some cool stuff for work, so I will see you all later. Happy gaming. Thank you so much, Athena, for dropping by. Keep me posted on your like fundraising plans, and yeah, I'll make sure to share that out as much as I can. And donate wherever the link and stuff is available. Ah. Thanks, keep me posted. Awesome. All right, take care. for everyone that doesn't buy Amiibo, oh, Drago says, I fixed my N64 while being bored on lockdown. Awesome. Can you fix... I think you missed that part. My Nintendo Switch is kind of dying, and I need to fix... Could you fix my Nintendo Switch too while you're at it? Yeah, the fan on it is busted, and I bought the parts. It's probably going to take at least a month before I get the parts to fix it, but we're going to try. We're going to try. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're okay. Oh yeah, have you actually, for everybody else, have you had any experience with your consoles breaking? Now that I think about it, I've had... Is that actually... I don't think you can hit that. My Super Nintendo was fine. My N64 was fine. My Game Boy Advance was fine. The ones that didn't work... The DS. I did have a cracked hinge on my DS. Jenny says, I've done a 72-pin transplant on my NES. I have done that... No, I have not done the transplant. I did crack my NES open, like, last year. And no, not last year. It was a year or two ago. And I bent all the pins up on the original one. I was, like, reading guides on buying replacement cartridge slots. I was scared about the whole thing of, like, buying one where the games didn't fit properly, and it just being, like, a really tight fit. So I just bent all the teeth upwards with, like, a really sharp object to get the games to read properly again. And Drago says, I just fixed it to play No Mercy and Kirby 64. Well, fixing your Nintendo 64 to play WWF No Mercy is as good as any reason to fix your Nintendo 64. I love that game. I did stream it a couple of times. I wanted to do, like, multiple streams of me streaming the career mode, and then realized, oh my goodness, the dialogue in that game is so not appropriate in 2020. And it was a rated T for teen game, but the language in that game and the... just trying to see who else is here in this chat. I think in particular the dialogue towards women in there is very problematic in modern times, and I felt very uncomfortable streaming it. So the second time I streamed it, I was just doing, like, exhibition modes, and there isn't really much for me to do there. Oh man, not again. I could take a picture with my phone. Okay, I know these two. Okay. Wait. Yep. I have a horrible memory, by the way. You are going to learn this about me. I have the memory of a peanut, and my problem-solving skills are horrific. Uh-oh. Speaking of... Was it this? No, it was not. YOLO. Alright. Drago says, I hope I find my copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. That is... Yeah, that's a fascinating game on the Nintendo 64. I don't have that one. I did play it back in the day. That would be a fascinating one to have in the collection. I rented it a couple of times. Once around the time it came out, and then once in high school, where my partner on the project, Cassandra, and I did a project in our media class about, like, mature content in video games. I know we talked about... Conker's Bad Fur Day was one of those, and actually... we actually got to show the Great Mighty Pooh segment in school as an example of quote-unquote mature content in games. I don't remember what context it was. I think it was just more like, hey, this is... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Yeah, I can't remember if we were, like, saying, like, hey, it's probably not in the best light. But I know we did bring that up specifically as an example. So odd that that character is in Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, and that was before they changed the identity of that character, I guess. Yeah, I think at the time, Rare thought like, oh, there's too many of these cutesy mascot animal platforming games out there, and if we just put Conker out there on top of Banjo and all that, like, it's just not going to stand out. So the game they made is nuts. If you guys see that game now, go watch a Let's Play, and just, it is insane that Nintendo put out, that Rare and Nintendo published a game that is so extremely vulgar. That is a hard rated M. Uh-oh. Can we... There's a red coin, like, right there. I want that. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh, get out of the way. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll let it go. We'll let it go. And Ian says, so odd that the character isn't... Oh, I played Conker's Pocket Tales on the Game Boy. He was so innocent back then. Yeah, that was the weird thing. I think Conker's Pocket Tales came out after Bad Fur Day. So it was just such a weird about face. And Randy, welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Really, that's even funnier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Conker's Tales came out after Bad Fur Day. Uh-oh. Conker's Pocket Tales came out 2 years before Bad Fur... Okay, there. I stand corrected. Thank you, Randy. So there it is. He was happy with... He was happy once upon a time and then just had a really bad day. Oh man, the family of... What kind of birds are those? Oh man, look at that. The long face shy guy. Long guy. I forgot about that. Uh-oh. Oh, good. Wait, no, that was actually a bad thing. Now I cut off the Yoshi copter. Do I want to, like, just lose so I can... No. We'll let it go. We'll save Yoshi copter for another time. Da, 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 da. There it is. All right. Where am I supposed to... Am I actually supposed to go through that door? Oh, here we go. Yes, Yoshicopter time. Let's get it. I totally don't know where I'm going. How about this way? Nope, definitely not this way. Oh no! Yoshi! Alright, let's try that again. Where was I supposed to go? I forgot about this transformations. I forgot where I was supposed to go. Nope, Yoshi does not go underwater when he is a helicopter. Got it. Where does Yoshi go? Oh. Okay. Go, 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 go. There it is. Oh man, and the Yoshi submarine. We all live in... Oh man, he shoots missiles! I forgot about this particular transformation. So Jenny, what are... I take it you are a big Nintendo fan. What are some of your all-time favorite Nintendo games? You don't have to give me, like, the #1 game or anything, but, like, off the top of your head. What are some of your faves? Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh no! We're gonna go... Oh, it's right there. Alright, we'll go back. Gotta wonder what the lore is behind Yoshi turning into all of these vehicles. I don't know. Does anyone want to take a stab at writing the fanfic in the chat? Of how this even works? Go, Yoshi, go. Uh-oh, I see we're starting to drop some frames a bit. I apologize for that. Dropping a lot of frames. Holy cow. Please hold on. Hold on. Hold on.